Hello everyone, so welcome to my playlist on matrices. In last two lectures we talked about orthogonal matrices, and today again I am going to talk about orthogonal matrices. So in previous two lectures we saw what is orthogonal matrix, what properties does orthogonal matrices satisfies, like the properties related with the algebraic operations, and also what is the connection between the rows and columns of an orthogonal matrix. If you have missed those two lectures, link is there in the description, you can have a look. What today we are going to prove is, if you have a 2 cross 2 matrix, so if A is a matrix of order 2 cross 2, moreover your A is an orthogonal matrix, that means what, A into A transpose is identity, then the choice of A, then we will going to prove that A is either a rotation matrix or it's a reflection matrix. It does not have any other choice. Okay, so if you have a matrix satisfying these two properties, then it has to be a rotation or a reflection matrix. And I will come to this again, but let's try to derive this. Okay, now A is a 2 cross 2 matrix, so let your A be equal to small ABCD, and we know that A into A transpose is identity matrix, so this is equal to 1 0 0 1. Now if you do this multiplication, the first entry is what? A square plus B square. Second entry is AC plus BD. This is also AC plus BD, and this is your C square plus D square. And this is equal to what? Your identity matrix. So if you equate the entries, you have A square plus B square equal to 1. You have C square plus D square equal to 1. And you have AC plus BD equal to 0. Now what this will imply? This will imply your AC equal to minus BD. And now if you square both sides, you have A square C square equal to B square D square. Okay, now let's use this relation. So this is A square into, what is your C square? It is 1 minus D square equal to, what is your B square? It is 1 minus A square into D square. And now if you take this A square inside, you have A square equal to D square, because minus A square D square minus A square D square will get cancelled away. So you have A equal to plus minus D. So this is the relation between A and D. Now let's see what is the connection between B and C, because those are the only entries now left. Okay, now if I put this condition over here, or if I put this condition here itself, so what do I have? I have AC, then I have plus minus BA equal to 0, right? You simply put D by plus minus A. Now if I take out A common outside, you have C plus minus B equal to 0, right? Now so product is 0 means what? One of them has to be 0. Okay, now case 1, you have to take some cases over here. So suppose your A is 0, but as soon as your A is 0, this implies your D is also 0. In that case, what matrix you have? In that case, if your A is 0 and your D is 0, A0 implies B is plus minus 1, your D is 0 implies your C is plus minus 1, and therefore this all four conditions will give you 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 1, 0. So these are all the possible matrices when your A is 0. Okay, case 2, when your A is non-zero, that means what? This term is 0, that means what? C plus minus B equal to 0. This implies C is minus plus B. For this plus you have minus, for this minus you have plus sign, right? So therefore you have A is either plus minus D, or you have C is equal to minus plus B. Or if you want to play with the, so this is what you have. Now you plug in these quantities in the matrix A. So what do you have? So when I plug in the value of A, B, C, D, so here I had, you keep this case in mind, I will come to this later. Now here what do I have? If I keep A and B as it is, what was my B? It was minus plus C, right? So when this is minus B, my D was A, or you have A, B, and when C is equal to B, this is your minus D. So this is equal to minus A. D is minus A. So when you're, so these are the two matrices you have. Now many times we will see trigonometry in terms of picture. Now where does the trigonometry comes into picture? We know that our A square plus B square is 1. That means what? Your A and B, that means if you take this unit circle, that means what? Your A comma B is satisfying this equation. That means A comma B is lying on the circle. Similarly, C comma D is also lying on the circle because C square plus D square is 1. So therefore we have that our A comma B and C comma D is lying on this unit circle. And how does the point on a circle looks like? If you know any x comma y which is on the circle, it is of the form r cos theta comma r sin theta. Now here my r is 1 because here it is 1 equal to 1. Therefore your r is 1. So your x comma y is cos theta sin theta. Now instead of x and y we have a and b. So therefore we have over here as what is your a? Cos theta sin theta minus sin theta and cos theta. And here you will have cos theta sin theta and minus cos theta. So many times people prefer to write in this way as compared to this way. And this is called as a rotation matrix and this is called as a reflection matrix. Now why this is called as a rotation matrix? Because if you are in a plane and if you take some vector, say alpha comma beta, and you apply this matrix to this vector, means this matrix into alpha beta, your answer will be nothing but it will rotate this vector by angle theta. Whatever theta is there, your output will be a vector. Say if I call this as alpha prime beta prime. How I am obtaining this vector? By simply rotating this vector by angle theta. So since this matrix rotates a vector, therefore this matrix is called as a rotation matrix. And what does this matrix do? It will reflect along a line L. Suppose you take a line L passing through origin, then this matrix, if you apply it to this vector, your output will be nothing but the reflection along a line L. Now one can ask, which line? Well, when you study eigenvalue, eigenvectors, this is nothing but one of the eigenspaces that you will learn later, but you can just keep this in mind that it reflects along a line L passing through origin. So this is called as a rotation and this is called as a reflection matrix. Okay, and you can observe what is determinant of this. It is cos square plus sin square. Determinant is 1, here the determinant is minus 1. If you recall my previous lecture, we have seen that determinant of an orthogonal matrix is either 1 or minus 1, right? If A is orthogonal, then determinant of A is plus minus 1. So whenever you have a 2 cross 2 orthogonal matrix and you want to see whether it is a rotation or a reflection matrix, okay, and if you don't know the theta, okay, like suppose something I can give you like this 0 1 1 0. If I put theta equal to pi by 2, then I will get this, sorry, minus 1. If I put theta equal to pi by 2, I get this as a matrix. But okay, here I could easily guess. Sometimes you might have numbers and you might not know what the theta is. Then how will you guess whether it's a reflection or a rotation matrix? You simply find the determinant of that matrix, orthogonal matrix. If the determinant is 1, it's a rotation matrix. And if the determinant is minus 1, it's a reflection matrix. So yeah, so the conclusion is any 2 cross 2 orthogonal matrix is either a rotation matrix or a reflection matrix. And yeah, one more thing, this theta is in anti-clockwise direction. If you go in clockwise direction, you replace your theta by minus theta. Okay, so yeah, if you have any other doubt, then you can ask me in the comment section. And if you understood this lecture, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.